Hi everyone, I'm Shannon Shy. Welcome to Q&A with Shannon about OCD recovery. Thank you everyone for the questions. If you have a question for me, you can send it to me by Facebook, Instagram, my YouTube channel, or send me an email, shannonshy@gmail.com. Or if you just want to write and say, "Hi Shannon, how are you?" That's awesome too. All right, to today's question from Anonymous. I love the way you describe OCD recovery with visuals and analogies. What are your favorites? All right. Well, thank you for the question. And I quite humbly and with great appreciation say that a lot of people tell me that the visuals and analogies and the way I describe or to help describe OCD recovery, they're very helpful to them. Instead of me telling you what my favorites are, I think it would be helpful for me to let you know what people have told me are the most effective for them. So let's do that. I have five. The first, the fork in the road. All right, imagine yourself going down a road, it ends, and then there's a fork to the left and a fork to the right. I think we've all been there. If you go left at the fork in the road, in OCD recovery, that means you are giving in to the compulsion. We know where that ends, in the hell pit. On the other hand, if you go right at the fork in the road, you resist giving in to the compulsion. Even though you have great doubt and anxiety, you are moving toward recovery, right? You are depriving the disorder. You are making it weaker. And we do this over and over and over. This is the ultimate choice. It is the choice that makes you more powerful than the disorder, right? You have ultimate power over the disorder. And it really is the only relevant question in all of OCD recovery. What is the consequence of me giving in versus the consequence of me resisting giving in? We know where both of those roads lead us. Okay, second, the bridge, right? I am always above OCD. I could call this one the bridge over troubled water, but there'd be copyright issues. So what this really signifies is you can imagine yourself standing on a bridge, going across a canyon. Down below is this really fast moving river with violent rapids, goes back and forth almost unpredictably. No matter what happens down there in that river, you are still on the bridge. So, drawing the analogy to OCD recovery, you are up here. OCD is the river down here. No matter what it does, you are always above OCD. And you imagine yourself that way. I am above OCD, always. Third, the haunted house. This is actually a huge fan favorite right in the fall, in October. Uh, OCD recovery is much like walking through a commercial haunted house, right? In the commercial haunted house, we pay money to be scared. We're going in. And all kinds of goblins and goons and characters jump out, acting like they're going to hurt us, trying to scare us. Our fear is real, right? You are actually scared, or most people anyway, actually scared. But somewhere in the recesses of your brain, you have this trust that those characters and those props are not going to hurt you. So in the commercial haunted house setting, we don't turn around and run out. Well, some people might, but most of us don't. We just go steadily through until we finally exit. And then we laugh and we high five, and that was fun. It's much like OCD recovery, right? The fear is real, but the thoughts, they can't hurt you. For me, I learned how to just let the thoughts be there. I gave them no value. I became indifferent to them. And so I thought of it that way. It's kind of like walking through a haunted house. Number four, playing chess with a cheater. When I was going through my recovery, deep in my recovery, I had, for work, traveled to Hawaii quite a bit. Oh, woe is me, right? But there on Waikiki Beach, there was this pavilion, and it had all of these permanent chess tables set up where people could just come to the park, sit down, and play a game of chess. And a lot of times you'd see people there, and a complete stranger would walk up and they would play a game of chess. And going through my recovery, I often thought about that. But what if there was a cheater, right? What if there was a cheater? And it reminded me of OCD. Like you're playing chess, you make a legal move, and the stranger picks up a piece and makes a completely illegal move, and you object, say, "Wait," and the stranger laughs. So you make a legal move again, this time a little less trustful. The stranger does it again, picks up a piece wherever he wants, moves it wherever he wants, captures your piece. So you finally say, no, mm-mm. And you fold your arms, sit there, and say, I'm not playing. I am not participating in this. Stranger can throw a tantrum. Ultimately, the stranger will leave, dejected. And you've stood your ground. You didn't take the bait, and this is a rhyme. You didn't take the bait. You didn't participate. Don't take the bait. Don't participate. Number 5, the before and after visuals. So in my book, Turning Points, I actually had our artist, Shannon. There were 3 pictures that I definitely wanted in there. One was a picture of the path through the forest, but the other 2, one was in the middle of the book, the other one's toward the end. The one in the middle of the book is a woman laying on the floor, sort of in a fetal position with her hands over her head, and this depiction of this big scary monster, OCD, excuse me, towering over her, scaring her. It is that feeling of vulnerability that we have. But the next image, towards the end of the book, is the same woman standing tall with her hands on her hips, staring down at the broken monster on the floor, broken into pieces. She won. And that is deep satisfaction, knowing that you beat the monster, the beast that we call OCD. It is possible to do. So hopefully these visuals and these analogies will be helpful to you. And I really do appreciate the question. All right, see you next time. Bye.